Now I'm going to go into the two most powerful ones, okay? Let me make sure I'm right on this. Is this guy suffering from... No, he's not suffering from negative equity, so I can't use that. All right. Look, what I'm going to say next is going to sound just a little bit crazy, all right? You're not going to be paying $760 a month for 72 months to drive this truck, okay? That's what you're going to pay to own it, but you're going to pay significantly less to drive it. There's a couple things everybody knows. This is a $47,000 vehicle. Everybody knows this, Xavier. It's going to depreciate, right?
Correct.
The good news is it's going to depreciate at a slower rate than any time in the history of the automobile business since the early 1950s, okay? So that's good news. But here's what everybody doesn't know. There's a savings element to every payment you make. Some of this money's coming back to you. Here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to write a check for $760. You don't want to make it out to a lender. You don't want to sign it, and you don't want to send it to said lender. Correct?
Correct.
You can, but you just don't want to. Look, you're not going to pay $760 a month to drive this thing. It's going to be significantly less. When you make this 72nd payment, okay, 6 years from now, you've got a truck that's paid for. And what comes back to you in the mail a couple months later, Xavier?
Comes back to me.
Once you make that last payment, a couple weeks later, the state of Texas sends you something back, or the lender sends you something back. What is
The
it?
title.
The title, but it's only got one name on that title, and that's yours. There is no lien holder. It's called free and clear. Now, the question I've got for you is if you drive this $47,000 truck like you intend on driving it, use it like you intend on using it, you don't crash it, you don't trash it, what do you think it'll be worth in 6 years?
Maybe at least half the value that I bought it for.
Let's be more conservative. Let's say it's only worth $20,000. So now, 6 years from now, you got a $20,000 piece of paper that represents the title to your truck. By the way, that $20,000 title acts just like a very expensive share of stock. Okay, you could trade it, sell it, or borrow against it, couldn't you?
Good.
Do me a favor, open that calculator back up. Divide 20,000 by 72.
20,000 divided by 72. 277.
Xavier, you know what that 277 represents? Remember I told you there's a savings element to every payment you make?
Yeah.
Every time you stroke a check for $760, you're saving $277. It's going straight to your title, metaphorically speaking. So you're not going to pay $760 to drive this truck. You're going to pay $760 minus $277, which is 3, 8, and 2 from 6 is 4. Xavier, you're going to pay $483 a month to drive this truck, but you can't pay anything until you okay that right there. Now, what's easier to say yes to? $760 or $260?
260.
What's easier to say yes to? $260 or $867?
867.
What's easier to say yes to? $433 or $867? What's easier to say yes to? $769 or $483?
43.
Am I lying to the customer at any time? Have you ever seen a payment presented that way before? Luis, I've been doing this for 45 years. I've been in it for 38 when a motorcycle, Harley-Davidson motorcycle general manager showed me this. I was doing a seminar for Harley-Davidson salespeople and managers on overcoming objections. This old boy stands up, Elvis Vaughn. Elvis, I'm still giving you credit for this 7 years later.